YouTube, it's your boy Mike T's back at you with another video. And today, y'all, we're gonna be discussing pros versus cons when it comes to the Cameo Pro Cutter 24-inch. So as you just seen, there's a actual image on my silhouette screen, and I'm gonna get more in depth. If you guys would like more videos or content or tutorials, hit me up in the Facebook #squad group, custom t-shirts and more. Join today. But I wanna go over a few issues that I didn't really understand in the Silhouette Business Edition upgrade 4.4. So everything is almost originally and back to normal, with a few exceptions of some upgrades that was much needed. One of them being the eraser. Now, my whole issue with this, and this is gonna be con number one, as you see how big the eraser starts out. It used to start out the same size as the arrow, which is this size. But for some odd reason, it's this size. And you can adjust in the top left hand, whether you want a square or a circle, and supposedly the inches. So if I zoom my inches all the way down to 0.375, I'll get that small eraser. But if I zoom in on my screen, my eraser turns back big. That's definitely a con. So Pro, for the Pro Cameo 24-inch cutter, really is an upgrade and I like, was a knifing tool. As you can see, it's a small knife right here. And it gives you the ability to do a straight, outline, or freehand, which is up here in the top left-hand menu. You hit that arrow, it gives you a whole bunch of different options that wasn't available in the original. This is definitely a pro, especially when it comes to cutting and those intricate little pieces. Now, I understand they may have left the arrow, or actually the eraser, that big because they figure they switched out the knife tool. The whole fact of it staying bigger as you zoom in on the screen is really an issue. Sometimes we would like to just get in there and erase right away, but we can't. So then you would have to use your knife tool and figure out which setting of the knife tool that you would need to cut out, if that makes any sense. So as you guys just saw, that was the mat for the large cutter, the Cameo 24. I have a couple of cons, you should say, against that. First of all, on the original, the sticky tab went all the way to the 1, and it lines up perfectly right here. On the bigger mat, the stickiness starts like a 1/2 inch in, leaving this unsticky, and I'm not too quite sure why they did that, but that's definitely a con. Another issue that I'm having is with such a large mat like this, I have to load this with vinyl on top of it and press the up arrow all at the same time, which can be sort of complicated if you follow me as I try to do it right now. So they have right here where you can put an adjustable roll up to 24 inches, and I've tried that. You just have to remove this piece. This piece is pretty good, but it needs to be a little bit lower. I understand the raising, and maybe it's to feed it in perfectly, but this needs to be a little bit lower. Now, what I was talking about earlier is trying to actually load this into the machine evenly and press the up arrow. Well, sometimes you may have a piece of vinyl that wants to fold back on you or come out of place, and that's the issue. So you'll go to tack it down, like so, and then it'll pop up or it'll start to raise at the edges. And you're trying to press the up arrow, and then your hair's starting to fall out, and then you're starting to cry, and then you're starting to sweat. It's just too much. We need a simpler process when it came to that. Now, I understand what you guys may have been thinking, but it's not effective. It's not work ethic effective. That's what I'm trying to spit out. And yeah, I'm stumbling over words because I've got frustrated with this machine. Now, I love Cameo. I love the design program and the software, but this right here, this needs to be adjusted. So right here has no tack to it whatsoever. And your cutting, well, it's sticking now, starts right there. So you go 1/2 inch in. I do not understand that. It's just really a nightmare when it comes to loading and trying to get on here. It's really confusing, I need to say, or say the least. Another con I had was I kept loading vinyl onto here and getting it in there, you know, throughout the stumbles, the falls, and the frustration and just being aggravated totally. And thought I was cutting what I thought was the perfect image. Now, my design software showed that I had about 2-inch gap in between the two designs. Keep in mind, I'm using the large mat. I cut about 2 to 3 yards of vinyl. I go to check the vinyl to weed it, and it's overlapping. So I don't know if that's a problem with inside the 4.4 or if that's some type of glitch. Yo, y'all, I was one of the first people to get the Cameo 24 Pro. So I'm not sure if mine just came with a glitch and there's some type of bug repair, but it is definitely a con. My initial thoughts as of right now is the machine could have been a little bit more better put together, as I'm at a loss for words. One, for $799, it needed to have a stand. Two, if you're gonna have a roller on there that it can actually sit on and go through, I think maybe it should have been off to the side, almost sort of like how US Cutter, Vinyl Masters, and how all the other ones do it. Three, the mat, the lining up with the vinyl, I don't know what's going on with that. Four, the eraser tool and it not being able to get smaller as you zoom in. And five, the awkwardness, I'm looking for words, the overall extremity of it all, if I can say. Now, like I said, I love Cameo. I rock hard with the Cameo 3. I got a couple of Cameo 4s. I got the Cameo Plus. I also got the Pro, which you guys have just seen. This is part 1. There'll probably be like 3 or 4 videos over this so I can thoroughly explain it. But if you guys have any questions or comments, please drop it down below. Hey, yo, squad, what up with y'all though? Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Each and every one of y'all. You're the reason we have the squad. But this was like a pros versus cons. And yeah, I shouted out a few pros. Not as many as I'm going to shout out in the next video. So you're going to want to catch that. But until the next one, y'all, I'm out.